tell who's going to My name is Andrew Osborne. I'm the conductor. The ensemble behind me is the Capital City Community Band. This is the final concert of our 40th season. Thank you so much for being here. When I started playing with the band back when I was in high school, we would play tunes from 40, 50 years ago. Be things like Glenn Miller, Alexander's Ragtime Band. Thinking about that, I thought, okay, the year is, can you believe it, 2026. So 50 years ago brings us to 1976. So as you can see on your program, we're going to play rock classics of the 70s. I'm sure these will be familiar for lots of you, so I hesitate to tell you what's in there, but I will. Smoke on the Water, Dust in the Wind, Night Moves, and then we'll end with More Than a Feeling. This is rock classics of the 70s. Our next selection is a piece called Commando March by Samuel Barber. Samuel Barber is an American composer. You may have heard Adagio for Strings. It's probably one of Barber's most famous pieces. Barber was enlisted into the Army prior to World War II as a soldier, not as a bandsman, but when he was at base camp, he would hear the military bands performing, and that gave him the idea to write this march, sort of celebrating his time there and the camaraderie among armed forces. So here is Samuel Barber's Commando March. Independent, so it's about our community I want to talk about. We have a bunch of people behind me who are part of either the Frankfurt community or sort of the extended area. I grew up in Georgetown. I hope you Frankfurtians won't hold that against me. But I really want to thank a couple of people. First off, I want to thank Cable 10, who, in addition to having Noah and myself on to promote this concert, come and record this so that we can have it in the future. So thank you very much to them. I also want to thank our friend David Goins at the Kentucky Hug, who tomorrow will be having a Jeopardy night, and as part of that, the nonprofit of the week is going to be your Capital City Community Band. So again, we could not do this without our partners, both in the community and our partners behind me. Speaking of community members, I want to introduce to you Frankfurt's own Noah Bartley, the director at Frankfurt Independent Schools, who is going to conduct our next piece, Slaying. He's going to tell you a little bit about how you can support us and a little bit about Slaying while I frantically go to the back because I'm playing percussion.
Okay, so yes, like Andrew said, my name is Noah Bartley. I'm the director of bands at Frankfurt Independent. I have several of my students in here tonight who just recently graduated, some of them in here. Good job with them. Yeah, so a little bit about the band. We are a community-based organization. We're completely made up of people here in Frankfurt and some of the surrounding counties. In order for us to do what we do, we are a nonprofit 501c3. We rely on some of your donations in order to help us out. I've seen a few people, as we were walking in, put in some cash donations. Thank you for that. To those who may not know, there is a donations box outside. You're more than welcome to drop in a nice check. You just got to put a signature on it. That's all you got to do. We'll fill out the rest of it for you. Okay, so you can do that. Also, a nice handy thing that we've got going on the back of your programs, if you take a look there, we have a nice Venmo code. Our treasurer, Andrea, we're thankful to her to be able to put that Venmo out there. So if you are somebody who would like to donate to us online, you have that option as well. If you ever have any questions, you can reach out to us via social media or email. Our email address is frankfurtccd@outlook.com, or you can find us under Capital City Community Band on the Facebook page. Okay? Thank you. So this is Slaying.
Our next piece is The Seal Lullaby by Eric Whitacre. If you happen to catch our interview on around 10, you'll have already heard this story, but that's okay. If you didn't, I will tell it to you again. Eric Whitacre is a pretty prominent American choral composer. And he went to attend a composition workshop working with Stephen Schwartz, who wrote, among other things, the music for Wicked. Stephen Schwartz comes up to Eric Whitacre and says, your music is really, really good. I have a studio exec who's working on an animated film, think sort of the 50s and 60s Fantasia, Disney, that sort of thing, for a Rudyard Kipling story, The White Seal. Would you work something up? And so Eric Whitacre looks at it and finds this beautiful lullaby that the mother seal sings to rock her baby seal to sleep. He writes this piece, he sends it into the studio executive, and he doesn't hear anything back. And it's weeks, and he wonders to himself, did they like it? Did they not like it? And he finally reaches out and they said, oh no, it was wonderful, but we're making Kung Fu Panda instead. And so Eric Whitacre, not to be deterred, arranged this piece first for choir and piano, and then for band and piano. The solo piano today will be played by Miss Raven Aiken. The Seal Lullaby. So as I said, this is the finale of our 40th season. When I was at the beginning of this year thinking, what are we going to play this year? What are the concerts going to be? I thought, what better way to close a big milestone season than some big war horse of a piece like 1812? They said no to the canon. They didn't. I didn't ask. We have a big structure. The 1812 Overture by Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky commemorates not, as some people think, the War of 1812, which would be a profoundly American thing for a Russian composer to write about, but the Russian repulse of Napoleon in 1812. It turns out history does occur outside of America, not always to all of us. It does. So you will hear this opening chorale that will come back. You'll hear a peasant dance, a couple of peasant dances actually. And then at the end, you'll hear the big chorale that everyone thinks of when they think of the 1812 Overture. Before we play that again, I want to thank you for coming out and spending a very muggy evening indoors with some good music. I want to thank again the ensemble who gives up their precious time to come and rehearse music and to enjoy each other's company. So thank you all. Of course, First United Methodist Church, who has been hosting us since I started playing here, who we have a very deep partnership with. And I want to thank our entire board of directors, but especially Noah Bartley, our president, who helps us get rehearsals set up and stage set up and percussion equipment moved, and I can go on and on. I've said this before and I'll say it again. If you're going to run an organization, you should find yourself a Noah, because it is absolutely invaluable. So thank you, Noah, very much. And without further ado, Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture.